And she was sitting, so I'm here. She's like 4 seats down behind me. Okay. So she had
crawl over people. Was she like on this row with you? Was she on this row with you?
No, she was on the row behind me.
But still to the side.
To the side. So she wasn't even behind me.
And you got one of those protectors like me.
It was too much. That's why I had to say something to her.
You got a protector like me, like, don't you? Like on the side.
Facebook.
You can't see my phone on the side, right? Right. You got a protector like that on me.
I don't even have a protector. That's just the light down.
Oh, dang.
Well, you know, people do get wild. I was literally on stage last night singing No Bad News. Flash, flash, flash.
Oh, wow.
I had to look over at that side while I was singing and go.
Now, one of the press that I know, she said she was sitting next to a guy, and she was like, he must not understand what's going on because he was recording this. She was like, I almost thought he was related to Melody because he was just like, yeah. And I'm like, she said, I want to tap him and tell him to put his phone up. I said, you should. Because I would have been like, excuse me, can you put your phone away?
1 minute.
Thank you, Adam.
The sugar radio dial.
I had the most amazing meeting with IFF. Do you know that? Do you know that company? They work with nonprofits.
I don't know the acronym. What is it? Because I know an IFF, but you know these acronyms. Everybody got them.
I have no idea.
Hey, Willetta. Hey, Tina. Talk about let me in. We were a little delayed. We here though. We here. Happy Friday. It's Tammy's favorite day of the week.
It sure is. I think I'm going to run around this studio.
Lord.
Get ready.
To run around?
Get ready to go live, baby.
Okay, baby. You know, sometimes prayer is the only gift that we can give to people that we love. So my prayer to you today, believers, because I love you, is for God to take care, bless, and protect you and your loved ones, not just today, but throughout the entire weekend while we're away from you. You know, we carry you wherever we go. And today, Friday, is my favorite day of the week, and I'm super excited to be in the studio with the entire brunch bunch and a few more exciting guests. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am posted right here with your main man,
Action Jackson, and I'm so excited to be here. It is Friday. Friday is not my favorite day of the week.
So what?
It's you know what? We're not gonna turn up in front of guests today.
Why not? I mean, come on. We didn't ask you what your favorite day of the week was. All I said was
I'm giving too much.
Yeah, you way too over.
Well, I do want to give this before because we got a great guest and we got a lot to get through today, and we're gonna she's gonna be our guest co-host too. Listen, we're gonna party today. But last night, Thursday is my favorite day, but yesterday became a very special day. I received the Ricky Byrd Song Father of the Year Award from the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative. And you know what? I want to shout out IFI. We're talking about acronyms. IFI, the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative, and Mark Orlovitz, who nominated me, and he introduced me last night. And this was the first award where I was the honoree and the keynote speaker. So I was able to give a speech.
I saw that on Facebook and I felt away because I saw that Charmaine, I love Charmaine, was there and I wasn't.
And I asked you when I first announced, I said, can you please come and support me because I want my family and friends in the room. Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that on air.
But I had COVID in the middle.
Right.
And my COVID brain made me forget. And I saw you yesterday and you could have just said, Tammy, you know, today is the day, and I would have been there.
And the only reason I didn't, because it was a sold out event. None of my family.
See, that part.
So
that was it.
No, they called me.
You sold my ticket from under me.
No, we waited to the last minute, but I did ask all my family and friends. Charmaine, when I first initially announced it, went and got her ticket the same day. She went online and bought it. And so I had to actually ask them, was there any space for my parents to come? And he said it was a sold out event, but he made space so that my parents could be able to be in the room. Because it would have just been me, Valencia, MJ, and Maddox.
And then nothing worse than getting an award and none of your supporters are there to cheer you on.
So it was only 6 of us in total,
That's
but you know what? It was enough to, the night was great. It was at the Union League Club of Chicago, downtown. A beautiful club, made me miss the Mid-America Club. And it was just Reverend Willa Parker, Emmett Till's cousin, who was in the room with him when he was kidnapped, his best friend. He was there last night, and he gave me a copy of his book, a signed copy, and he's going to be a guest on the show. He wants
I got
to come.
many questions for dude.
I bet. So you know what? Thank you all for that. I do want to say this. I said in my speech when they called me about, and I said on the show about being the father of the year, I almost didn't accept the award because I felt like I'm a new father and I didn't want to get jumped for getting this auspicious award. And we got fathers who've been doing it many years. But Mark said to me on the phone, it wasn't about my biological kids. It was about all of the youth of Chicago that I'm a father figure to or not. So I accepted the award and I am grateful for that.
And you were so very deserving. I don't think you would get jumped. I think if you just stay out of the theater, then you will be okay.
Keep my phone down while I'm in the
Keep your
theater.
phone down. Keep your head down.
People been blowing me up since we talked about that. Everybody kept saying they wish they were with me. I said, no, we couldn't interrupt the Wiz, because it was such a great show. And I'm glad to have one of the top stars of the production with us today. And that's none other than Miss Melody Bass.
What's going on, sis? You are just amazing. I hear you are tearing up that stage night after night, and you are doing such an amazing. Now, The Wiz is so historically received, accepted, and anticipated. And we're gonna get into all of that in a few minutes, but give the people a little bit of background about who you are and how much you mean to Chicago theater.
Okay, well, my name is Melody Betts. I was raised on the west side of Chicago. I went to Burbank Elementary, went to Lincoln Park High School.
Did you say west side?
Yes,
the best side. I knew you were special. I knew it.
Oh, it is wild in here this morning. And yes, The Wiz, we all grew up with The Wiz. It's important to all of us. We've had it in all of our households. And me especially, it was one of the first musicals I was ever introduced to. And so, we're all looking forward to seeing The Wiz come to Chicago. I mean, at least that's what I've been experiencing. So many people have been waiting for it to get here. And so Chicago is showing up and showing out. And I mean, even vocally. Just in the audience telling us exactly how they feel.
Oh, yeah.
And we love it.
I heard it the other night. Now, we're going to backtrack a little, Melody, because we're so excited to have you. Listen, we want to give a formal introduction.
Well, we are so excited because you have one of the most powerful voices on stage, and you have been commanding the audience since you've gotten this role. Now, I'm going to ask you a question really quickly.
Okay.
You talked about The Wiz, yesteryear, The Wiz. Now, it's different than what we are experiencing now. But when you think of The Wiz, what's the first character you think about?
Well, I mean, obviously, Dorothy.
Oh. See, I think about Michael Jackson.
Oh,
I think about
Lord.
Michael Jackson and Scarecrow. I'm just saying.
You know what? You're not thinking about what I'm saying today. So because I'm not the boss of Tavera, and she is definitely the boss of me. Listen, when we get back, believers, we're gonna jump into this great interview with Melody, a West Sider who's playing the role of Aunt Emma and Eveline in The Wiz on Broadway. You rock with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390.
I just want you to remember that today is my day to leave. Don't start pointing and telling me.
I want you to know that I woke up very early to make sure we had a very special script written for our very special guest.
It's Aunt M.
Aunt M. Did I say M?
Yes, you did. But you didn't wake up early enough.
I saw your face and I'm like, but you know what's funny? I told him, if somebody told me they were going to take my black card, I had never seen The Wiz.
How about this? How about he didn't know who Lil Durk was?
Would you be quiet? Quit putting my business out there like that.
Not Kumo D.
Curtis Blow. See, you don't even know.
You know what he said? Word. What's the big deal?
No, I did not
Yes,
say
you did.
that. She said, "Why are you not so excited?"
He
And I
said,
said, "What you want me to do? A
Tina, you are
backflip?"
fanning out. I've never seen you do this. I'm like, this is the father of rap. How can you not be fanning
But you
out?
gotta keep your cool.
No, it's just you didn't know. He just didn't know.
I knew who Curtis Blow.
You don't know what's going on.
That's right. And when you don't know what's in the room, you don't know how to read the room, right?
Well, I know Melody is in the room. Now, I didn't know she was a West Sider, which makes it even better. So I want to make sure this great introduction that I typed out for her.
Oh, my God.
Look at this introduction. I thought mine was way better. What you think?
I like it.
Thank
Let me
you.
see this one.
I'm talking about just this part right here.
And I broke it up so we can do it together.
Oh.
And I wrote I am, and I still say Emma. It's Friday.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, this is good. All of it is good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tina says she is taking my black card because I never thought of it.
Take it, Tina. Take it.
No, but when I knew the
And
production was
videotape when you
coming,
take
we
it.
watched it. And this is actually Valencia's favorite movie. And so she was in the audience singing every song, every original song that she knew. And it was, I was excited, you know. And then after research, I saw that when it first came out, they didn't think it was going to do as great. They didn't like that Diana Ross was Dorothy because they felt she was too old.
Oh, you in the movie?
Yep, in the movie. Yep. So I was doing my research.
You know, they didn't like Stephanie Mills.
I was gonna say they didn't like Stephanie, and she tore her house down. I know Stephanie. She tore her house down.
They called her. They said she was unattractive and she looked like a gargoyle.
What?
She didn't get a Tony nom. She didn't get a Tony award.
She didn't get a wink, but she sold out every night.
No, I did watch it. I watched it, last week before the play because I wanted to know the.
Absolutely. Did you enjoy it? When she thought of home, everybody thought of home.
Right.
Now, I think from watching the movie, watching clips from the different Evelines who have been, I know who my favorite is. Yeah. And that's Melody. Right? Listen. When you pull that tambourine out, I almost start shouting. I said, "Did they give her this tambourine?" Did you?
He loves tambourine.
That was a great. I usually have one every Thursday. Somebody threw it away.
It wasn't me.
I can't find my tambourine.
I think you brought that thing one time.
All right, you ready? Transcends genres. You are a true testament to the power of artistry. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to Melody Best, Aunt M, Eveline, West Side.
So now you have had such a rich and diverse career, Melanie, from classic voice training to Broadway. What's been your guiding force from all of these transitions? Because when you transition from, you were trained theatrically, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you got that immediate gratification. But then you've also done film, which is less immediate. Which is your zhuzh, if I can put it that way?
Woo! You asked a lot. Let me see. My zhuzh, it doesn't have anything to do with medium, right? So it doesn't have to do anything, has anything to do with whether it's television, film, or theater. My zhuzh is being able to create a character. There's a lot of work that has to go into that, and it's very specific, and that's the part that I love the most. So I don't actually need to do a piece that, where they clap right after. I don't need that. I just need the opportunity to like work on these skills that I've honed and I paid a lot of money to, acquire over the years. You asked me what my guiding force was. Do you mind if I answer that?
No, not at all.
So my mother, sister of Valerie Betts.
All right, Sister Betts.
She if there was a Venn diagram, right? She taught me to find what I'm good at, to take inventory of all my gifts and add that to what I like to do, what I enjoy doing, and combine those things to find what I would be, what my career would be.
Good advice.
Yeah, and so that was my guiding force. Also, my relationship with God, I ask always before everything, what should I do or what would you have me to do? And so I said, make it make sense. I know that I have these gifts. I know that I have these talents. I like this. I like to do this over here. And it led me to the theater and into acting. And to be quite honest, when you figure out what you're good at and what you love, working it doesn't feel like a job.
Yep.
There's joy in it every day. And so, yeah, that's my guidance.
Somebody say, I love it.
I love it. I love it. So, Melody, let's dive into the Wiz.
All right.
What does it feel like to be part of such a groundbreaking production, especially one with such a deep connection to African American culture and history?
Man, I got to tell you, like you said earlier, it's an honor. It is an honor. I feel a deep responsibility, to my culture and to my community. And it feels legendary. It feels like something that probably I have not been able to feel before on this scale, because it's like a full circle moment for me. It's the first musical I was ever introduced to, and now I get to portray this very important character. It's also the very thing that led me kind of into this field, since it was that my first
surreal,
experience,
yes.
Right? So it is surreal. That's exactly it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
To just watch something as a spectator and then to actually have God put you in as a participator. It's no other word for it but surreal and blessed. Well, the role I am is iconic in and of itself, but you put a twist to it.
A little bit.
Yes, you did. So how did you approach making this character your own while honoring the legacy that you spoke about of the Wiz?
Well, I'm a mom.
And not a mama, but a mom.
I'm a mom.
Okay. There's a distinction.
And motherhood, parenthood, period. Y'all know this, right? It is that is a very challenging role. But I think at the heart of it, right, you want to do everything and allow everything to be led by love.
Yep.
And then it's not like I say this all the time. It was never my job as a mother to tell my child who to be, but to learn who she was, teach her the things that she needed, and then nurture that person. But try to equip her with the things that she needed in order to live her life, right, and survive in this world. And that's what Aunt M is to Dorothy. She knows that she needs some things, and she's doing her best to provide those things. She wants the best for her. She loves her. And that's an easy place for me to find,
Yep.
you know, as a mom.
Mm-hmm. But then you also play Eveline, which is
sure
a
do.
whole cold switch.
Definitely.
I go from loving her to almost killing her.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But you know,
That's I was gonna say. That's it.
That part. I was like, Lord, help me.
Help.
If you don't, she might come to see us soon, Lord. And then I'm gonna be in trouble, you know. So
you know, the old folks used to say, "I brought you in this world, and I take you out."
Yeah, I know it.
So for those of us who are the Wiz lovers all of our life, I wanted to make you laugh. And we're expecting it to be exactly like we knew it. With the new arrangements and interpretations in this production, how do you feel the music of the Wiz has evolved or transformed?
Man, let me tell you something. Joseph Joubert, Alan Renee Lewis, the things that they have done to this music to bring it into the now, and what they've done is they've added pieces of our music over the years, over these last 40 years. They have added things from every genre that we can appreciate, and it just makes you feel good. I mean, you still have the same the foundation of all the music is still there, so you're gonna hear the stuff that you love from the Wiz.
The bones are still in place.
The bones are still in place, but they done, you know, they went to the gym. They added a little muscle.
I like that. Well, that opening scene transported me to Nolans. I was excited.
So now the Wiz is not just a musical; it's also known for its stunning visuals. Like it is a cornucopia, if you will, of just stimulus, right?
Yeah.
And so can you give us a sneak peek into the costumes and the sets and how they will add to the overall experience for the people that are right now online getting their tickets?
Let me tell you something. Sharon Davis, who also did costumes for Black Panther.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Y'all pulled out the big guns.
Oh, yeah. They wasn't playing around.
That was a machine gun.
She came through and really elevated this piece with her vision. And I mean, one of my elements as a character is fire. And she literally, in my costume, wrapped me in it. I mean, I look like a fireplace almost. Like, that's what I envision, with like the black and the red and the orange and the yellow. And it's like, it feels like I'm always lit up. And I mean, the things that she did for Glenda's costume and how beautiful and brilliant it is. I mean, she really came through and like gave us her best. And then Hannah Beachler, who did our sets, we were sitting in rehearsal one day, and I was just sitting out and watching the stage as it was going from scene to scene. And I said, it's like a living storybook. The way that she has kind of created these scenes, and then like how the set pieces come on and off.
That's a good way to put it.
A
living storybook.
I mean, it's like you turn in the page.
Because I was sitting there like that. Yeah, I was sitting there like, look at this set. Because, of course, we go to a lot of Broadway plays, and every set creation is definitely different. This one was like I was turning the pages of a book. I couldn't put my finger on what the experience was, but I'm like, this is so dope.
So then there's hope for you.
There's hope. But you know, wait a minute. I'm not agreeing. Would you be quiet?
And you know what? If there's hope, there's a pathway to change. Let's do it, y'all. It's Inspiration 1390. Don't go nowhere. We got a ton more to share.
Oh, you got me there.
I know.
No, you got me.
Oh,
you know how we all love it.
Oh, all right. What I said. Look, behind the scenes, they get to see all the real stuff. The radio gets the manufactured scripts. So now I've learned a lesson to ask in advance when we have great psalmists in the room. No. Okay. Look, you already know. I used to be like, can you? And a few of them was like, And we be live, and I be like, you ain't gonna say nothing.
The way that my voice is set up and with the press that we do and how I have to sing every night.
Yeah.
Today it feels tired.
I got you.
So when I leave here, I got to go to bed.
Okay.
Well, she can talk a little bit.
But no, yeah. Well, if they want to hear you sing, I say that. You better come to the show.
Amen.
Great. That's a great tool to get people there too. Not that they don't want to go. I mean, everybody wants to go see the Wiz.
This is the hottest ticket in town.
Almost all gone.
Yes.
So.
That's a good problem.
Limited availability. Right? Yeah, no, I'm not crying.
I know, right?
So we'll make sure we say it. Limited availability.
Yeah, I tried to get a friend of mine a ticket.
Not happening.
I had to go a little bit further down the week, you know. But usually I can just, because we have a special form that we can just fill out as cast members and we can request the house seat. And I just put in all the stuff and they was like, no.
Not available.
Not available. Sold out.
Some of them, yeah. There's still other ways to get tickets. There's a $25 digital lottery that they can enter on Broadway and Chicago.com.
We'll ask you to speak to that if you don't mind.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Do you mind?
My girl does that.
Sure, I can.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll
alley-oop it so that.
My girl does that all the time.
The lottery.
Yeah, she gets it pretty much every time. She gets lucky.
Y'all good? Oh, you got water? You need water? It's Friday. This week went extremely fast.
For you.
For you too, didn't it?
No,
it went slow.
When you sick, it's slow.
No, this week flew by.
I'm like, it was just Monday. Now, I'm not complaining. But it is going very, very fast.
It is. And we have one more week here. And then that's it.
And straight to Broadway.
To New York?
No, we don't go to New York until the end of March 2024. We head to Iowa for a week. And then after our break, we go to Arizona and then San Fran, San Diego, Los Angeles. I don't know what order.
Yeah, it's like California is the end of the tour.
Okay.
And then Wayne Brady joins in
San Fran.
Yeah, San Fran.
Okay.
So Iowa, Arizona.
Yeah.
To California.
And California.
California.
So San Francisco, San Diego, and Los Angeles.
And Wayne Brady. Okay.
Yeah, Wayne Brady. I saw the interview on Tamara Hall's show when they announced.
So what does he play?
The Wiz.
He's the Wiz? The Wizard?
I like the new. Hold on. I like the new play on the updated music and stuff. That was pretty cool. That was dope.
They turned up
like hip hop and everything too.
Oh yeah.
They got gospel, hip hop. They got pretty much everything.
Get your tickets, Adam.
I'm gonna get the lottery tickets.
Have you ever seen The Wiz?
I've not. No.
Okay.
I'm definitely seeing it now. I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
So then I thought Broadway Betty. I went home last night and I said maybe Broadway Betty had never seen The Wiz before and thought because it was an all-black cast, she wanted to show that she was really supporting it. I don't know. And that's why she tapped me on. I know. I was just trying to make it make sense.
It don't make sense. So stop making sense.
Because I'm like, why did Broadway Betty want to tap me?
She's trying to be part of the show.
And look, usually I'm at the theater and I have a good time, because it's an experience. Dinner, drinks, and then I come and drink a little more at the theater. Don't y'all tell my pastor. But I didn't drink as much. Now, if it would have been lit Action Jackson, y'all probably would have been like, "What y'all get him out of here?"
What's happening back there? Stop the show.
Somebody yelled out on Tuesday, "You singing, girl."
Oh, they did?
Yes, I was like, who cousin is this? Showing out.
On Wednesday, somebody yelled out, no, oh wait, that's right, Dorothy. Don't do it, girl, because I asked her for shoes,
Oh, that's it. That's what I was like, yep.
I said, please give me a second. And she was like, no. And she had more lines.
I was that Wednesday.
It was like, Dorothy.
You ain't gonna hear that in any other city, I don't think.
No, you're in New York.
Atlanta.
In New York is buck wild.
That's what I was at Wednesday. The guy, he was to the right, on your left, and he said, and I'm like, who family is this?
He said, that's right, Dorothy. Don't do it, girl.
It was like a church. They thought they was at church.
That's hilarious.
I love how people.
That's hilarious.
I like
The
these people.
audience is invested.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
That's when you know.
Shouting back.
That's why I wanted to say Broadway Betty. Why you didn't go tap him on the shoulder? He's screaming. I'm just.
Let me tell you something. This is terrible to say, but I went to go see The Lion King. So go ahead and call 86 straight went to sleep. At the Cadillac Palace. I was like, this is a great nap.
You know,
sometimes the theaters are just real cozy.
You know what? You were just tired.
No, I was
not. The Lion
not.
King was a good production.
It was a great nap.
They came down those aisles.
It was an excellent nap. Now the visuals were great.
You know what,
but
y'all?
The
views and opinion of Tamara Fair of those of hers
the
and not.
Wiz brought it home.
Sleep for the Wiz.
Oh, I know.
What's going on is we have none other than Aunt M, Eveline, Melody Betts in the building with us from the hit Broadway production, The Wiz, that's going on right now, Broadway in Chicago at the Cadillac Palace Theater. During the break, we were talking to a representative from Broadway in Chicago, and these shows are selling out. There are only limited tickets available. Before we jump back in this interview, can you tell us about the ticket specials?
Yeah, so we have 2 options on BroadwayInChicago.com. There's a digital lottery that you can enter for $25 tickets. You enter the day before the show, and you put in your email. You'll get a notification if you've won, and you have an hour to pay for your tickets. There's also day of show rush tickets at the Cadillac Palace Theater box office, 151 West Randolph Street. Those are $49. It's very limited availability, so we recommend you get there as close as possible to the box office opening. You can find our box office hours on our website. And there's also day of show ticket releases. Sometimes there's holds on seats, and so those get released, and so you might be able to snatch something up the day of the show as well.
Well, you know what? Those are the options. You better get your tickets any way you can, because you know what? This is the first tour of The Wiz in 40 years, and it's heading to Broadway 2024. Melody, how do you feel about being a part of this historic moment?
I mean, like you said, it's been almost 40 years since, anyone has seen The Wiz on this scale. And so, we're going down in history. I know and I realize, even though I don't know if I fully understand yet, maybe one of these days, that just like The Wiz before me affected me in such a great way, this Wiz is going to affect so many others and so many generations behind me.
Yep.
And that is just, that's really special. That's beyond my comprehension at the moment.
It's very heartfelt. I want you to stay there for a moment, okay? In the heart.
Okay.
Well, let's get personal.
Okay.
What's your favorite song of The Wiz?
I just knew you was getting ready to come at me with some.
Right.
I was like, oh,
I was sitting on the edge of my seat, like, dang, what she gonna ask this lady?
I was sweating. I was like, oh no, don't ask me about my relationship with the Lord.
Talk about how you yet saved.
Right. You've been baptized. Filled with the Holy Ghost.
Talk about it.
And the altar is open.
My favorite song. This is wild, but what? I've got like 3. What Would I Do by the Tin Man? Philip Richardson Johnson sings that. Wonder Why? Our Dorothy Michelle Lewis sings that. Avery Wilson could sing anything, so whatever he sings, I'm good with. And then my absolute favorite part of the show is when our Wiz, who is played by Alan Mingo Jr. right now, he comes out and he does his show and he talks to, the heroes, and he has those backup singers behind him and they're repeating everything that he said. That is my favorite part of the show. And I know it's wild because it's not as musical as everything else, but it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
He goes,
I like that too.
You know what I heard? I mean, this is a sneak peek, y'all. He says, you know what I heard? And they go, What did you hear?
Yes.
Love
they reminded me of the Stump a Trunk Girls.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
those two ladies that they be on the show telling, girl, what you say? What you say, girl? But, okay, so what's your favorite song to perform?
Ooh, it would have to be No Bad News.
Of course.
Especially because with the freshness that's been added to it and put on it, that it was a collaborative effort. And so I got to participate in how it escalates at the end.
Nice.
And I got to participate in, we bust out the tambourine.
Listen, that
was a
tambourine
request.
almost sent me to church. I'm Church of God in Christ. So it don't take me. I was going to start shouting, speaking in tongues, laying hands in the theater.
You was about to be back there
with
people.
Broadway Betty was going to get me again. Lord Jesus. I'm going to just say, I ain't going to do nothing at the theater.
Yeah, man. So I got that idea from another Eveline friend of mine. So, us actors, we hang out together, we talk.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my actor friends, Zanya Johnson, played Eveline in at the Sacramento Circus, I believe. Like, it's a theater. Maybe it's not called the Sacramento Circus, but a theater in Sacramento. And she also brought out a tambourine in her performance. And she said, that might be a good idea. And I said, let me think about that, especially because her version of No Bad News was the original one. This one's a little bit different. But I listened to it. We talked with Alan about it. I talked with our director, Shelley Williams, and I said, I think maybe can we try this tambourine thing, see if it works? And it did, and we kept it.
It definitely works. Absolutely. It is amazing.
Incredible. And to have weigh in on how a song that's going to be changed in a production as big as this has to feel really good.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you getting the same thing. That No Bad News goodness, that gospel-y goodness that you got in the original. But I love that there's a different spin on it so that I can add me to it.
Yep.
And so that when the recording gets laid down and people get to hear that one just like they heard Mabel King's, then they can start singing along and sing their version too. And, one of these days, people will be going into audition rooms and they'll be singing my version of it. That's wild to me.
That is.
Before the audition rooms, though, they're going to go on Instagram and do it. And on TikTok and do it. And it's going to get 1 million views.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. That's exciting.
So you're talking about...
So now you talk... See?
Look, Oprah, would you back up? Listen, this script clearly says Marcel. No,
it doesn't.
No, I just wanted to know, we're talking about the younger generation TikTok auditions. What do you think audiences, especially the younger generation, should take away from this rendition of The Wiz?
Well, I think, first of all, just, look for what you relate to. I think that's going to be important. There's going to be a dance in there that you see that you've been doing or you've seen somebody do or you want to get up and try to do.
Don't get up. Broadway Betty may tap you.
It's going to be so
Then it'll be a movement. It'll be a line dance.
right. It's going to be a TikTok dance, that Emerald City scene. And then, there's the music and there's the... Wait, what was the question?
What do you want the young, especially young audience to take away?
And then, well, what I really want to take away.
Me too.
What I really want people to take away is basically the main theme of the story, the main message of the story, which is, life is hard. There's lots of challenges. And sometimes it really seems like it might be easier to give up.
Yeah.
But really, a lot of the things that we need in order to make it through or to make it to the next level, we've already received. It's already within us. So you got to find those things, you know what I mean? And hold on to those, hold on to your faith, hold on to the love that that you've been given, that you've been shown, find your own strength and your own courage and use your brain. A lot of times we realize we know more than we think we know.
Yeah.
And so, look within.
Turn to your neighbor and say it's already in you.
It's already in you.
Now the offering baskets are coming out.
I think the way you just summarized the whole meaning of the Wiz was genius.
Yes.
You wanted a brain. It's a character in the story wanted a brain. Another character wanted a heart. Another character wanted courage. And each one of us, we are all looking to define or redefine, if you will, all of those things so that we can move forward. Now, we've talked about all of the brilliance of the production. What are some of the challenges for you?
Well, I would say maintenance. Maintenance of my instrument is a challenge because this type of singing you do maybe once a week, maybe twice, for church. But doing it 8 times a week is really challenging. And so I have to drink mostly water. I have to leave this interview and go to bed. I have to take hydration, like liquid IVs and things like that, vitamins. I have to coach. I have 3 different coaches. And sometimes I got to shut up. So I have to be extremely diligent about self-care to make sure that I can do this show 8 times a week.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot, but you're doing it, and you're doing it gracefully, and that's what's so important. So, as a Chicago native, how does it feel to bring this show home?
Man, it's a dream, and Chicagoans, like I said before, my city don't play about me. So they are at this show. People are making sure they getting their tickets, obviously, because we're basically sold out for the most part. I mean, so y'all better go to Broadway at Chicago.com and get into that
those
lottery
tickets,
and try to get those tickets. Because I tried to get a friend of mine some tickets recently, and that little form on the website was like, no.
Laughing at you.
It was like, no, thank you. Like, nothing's here. So you have to try for another day. But it's really quite amazing that everybody cares so much about it, and so they are in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, "Don't meet me there, beat me there." Chicago is beating us there.
Yeah, the line was out the door Wednesday. Listen, I'm like, "Where's the press section? I can't stand out here this long." Oh.
Of course, Marcel always wants VIP, right? And guess what he was met with? Broadway Becky.
You know what? I'm traumatized by that, Tammy. Don't play, please. I'm gonna start crying. Okay. I've been dreaming about Broadway Becky.
Get him some tissues. Now, you know what? You have worked on some incredible name production. Like Marcel actually highlighted some of them. But do you have any memorable, behind the scenes moments that you want to share with us? Not necessarily just in the Wiz, but something that throughout your career said, you know what? I'm taking this teachable moment and I am carrying this with me throughout the rest of my career.
The first thing that comes to mind is we had recently actually a production of Elf right here in Chicago at the Drury Lane
I saw
Theater of Oakbrook. You saw it? I was in it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Now make sure you go see the Wiz.
That was fantastic. It was me. I was the white one. And we were definitely faced with a lot of challenges.
Okay, Tammy, put your phone. No.
No, the challenge spirit came about.
Lucy and Satan.
Started just going crazy, right?
We were faced with a lot of challenges during that production. Actors are kind of seen at the bottom of the totem pole in this industry. And so unless you're in Hollywood and you making millions of dollars for every episode or, film or whatever, if you're doing it just, regular like we do on a daily basis in your local theater, sometimes you have to address some stuff because we're not always treated the best. I mean, I don't know if you know about recently, SAG-AFTRA just had to do a whole strike. We were striking, WGA and SAG-AFTRA were striking, and it was for so long because they, they had to just keep going and keep fighting until we got what we needed. And even still, I'm sure we had to take some compromises, but like it's like that on every level. And so during that production, there were some things that we all had to like come together to address. And that whole entire cast, and when I say the whole entire cast, came together to work together to stand up for each other.
That's what's up.
That's what happened. We did that, and because of it, we're all still so very close. You know, out of respect and love for one another, for what we went through, and for what we had to do together. That bonded us, you know, for the rest of our lives.
Excellent.
Well, you know what, Melody, you are a force to be reckoned with. And you know what? I'm seeing, look, I'm finna get prophetic. Okay. I'm seeing Tony Awards and Grammys when you record this single or your version of No Bad News. Believers, stop what you're doing. Go to BroadwayInChicago.com. Get your tickets to the show. Now, listen, if you can afford it, you just buy your tickets full price and you can know. Right, so you know you can get them. But if you can't, they got so many other options. Same day, last minute tickets, $49, $25 lottery. Go on BroadwayInChicago.com. Make sure you do not want to miss this production. Melody, real quickly before we get out of here. For any aspiring actors and singers out there, what advice would you give them based on your own experience?
Live life.
Hello.
And let me tell you why. You know, one of the main objectives or purposes of actors is to mirror humanity. And so that's hard to do if you don't know what it's like to be human. And the only way you can do that is to live. And you have to live through all of your experiences without judgment. Don't judge yourself. Feel all the feelings. Acknowledge those feelings. Become aware of who you are as a person in the world so that you can turn around and portray, you know, what real humanity looks like when you get on stage.
Because you have to really put those experiences into building that character, and bringing that character authentically to life.
Yes.
So last question, Melody. First of all, we could talk to you until it was time for you to go to bed. But
which we are doing, which is now.
Exactly. What's next for you?
Well, immediately a nap. But after that, I actually don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm open to all of the possibilities. I'm just going to, right now, I'm just enjoying this ride, to be honest with you.
And what a ride.
I'm trying to be present in it so I can pay attention to what's going on around me and enjoy it while I'm in it.
I got an important question before I let you go.
Yeah.
As a Chicagoan.
Yeah.
Harold's or Uncle Raymond's?
Don't you do it.
Harold's or Uncle Raymond's? No, Harold's or Uncle Raymond's?
Yeah.
If you want to pass, you can.
Say it right here on the brunch button.
Well, first of all, I'm from the west side. So you would think Uncle Raymond's.
Oh, get out of here. No.
It's a combination of the two because, see, Uncle Raymond's with the mild sauce, right? Their mild sauce with that roll that they put in, that's impeccable with whatever like recipe they got on that chicken. You know what I'm saying? But like Harold, give me a lemon pepper fry. Her like you can't go wrong with either one. I don't know why we have to choose. The Lord told me that I can have whatever my heart desires.
That's it.
I won't vote.
And Cardi B said the same thing.
Right.
You
I
know
don't
what?
want to choose.
Touch it, Lord. Touch it, Lord. Lucy say Lucy.
You know what? The Cadillac Palace is all going down. You only have until the 10th to go and see this production unless you want to go on tour with the Wiz. Go to the Cadillac Palace. Get your tickets. If you are a Chicagoan, you are doing a disservice to your claim to fame as a Chicagoan if you do not go and see the Wiz. Y'all, guess what? We finna go. Guess what? We finna go.
See the Wiz.
See the Wiz and up out of here.
What you gonna ask him for?
Who?
You.
The Wiz?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him for healing. A brain.
I'm going to ask him for the lottery numbers. But listen, believers, we're out of time, but we're never out of content.
Yes, you all. Thank you so much for tuning in for this wonderful, wonderful special guest today and special segment.
Yes, thank you, Melody, for joining us. Get your tickets to the Wiz.
Y'all, it is always our aim to send you back better than you came. And it's always important. We want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them. Show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love, land on love. I love you, Action Jackson.
I love you, Tamara Fair. We love you, believers. Baby Eminem, we love y'all.
Up next is AC Green, and right after that is Pastor Patterson on the drive home. Y'all, do this weekend right. We'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Love you too.
All right. We love you, Valerie. I'm going to come to the show and scream that out. We love you, Valerie.
Somebody did, friend.
Listen, love you all, Facebook. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you on Monday. Get your tickets to the Wiz right now, BroadwayInChicago.com. See you, Daniel Lane, Bettina, DJ B-Lo, Tina Hammond. We love y'all.